pain's a disease. Need the cure. In both my back pain videos, I've been explaining and stressing the importance of core imbalance in back pain. How else can so many different groups straddling the spectrum of activity all have back pain? And why don't children get it? Because they haven't had time to develop the imbalances. So here's the Essop's Cure for Back Pain Core Imbalance Assessment Sheet and the core exercises to get rid of the back pain. The best way that I've found to assess the imbalance in your core is to perform a variety of different planks. Why the plank? 1. It needs no equipment, and the less movement, the less factors that can go wrong. 2. Everybody can do some form of plank. If you can get out of bed, you can get into a plank. 3. The plank is basically the same posture that you would have standing up, walking and reaching for things. Gravity, though, acts as an accelerant to the pain, and imbalances reveal themselves within 3 minutes. 4. You can do it anywhere and start today.
So let's get it on.
There are 16 variations, all connected by equations. If you were perfect, it's 25 minutes of effort to get 100%. And I'd bet all my money you wouldn't have back pain. General rules. 1. Make all the 4-point planks the same in terms of elbows and feet, hands and feet, knees and hands, etc. Whatever your level is. No mixing and matching though. In a perfect world, all 16 variations would be on elbows and feet, but if you're not at that level, then fine. 2. You can make it easy as you go from 4 to 3 to 2-point planks, but all the 4-point planks have to be the same style, as do the 3 points, as do the 2-point planks. 3. Try to be as inline as possible without becoming obsessed by the slightest deviation. The stress is just going to be counterproductive. 4. Hands and knees is easiest, elbows and feet is hardest, because as the distance between the ends of the bridge increase, so does the strain on the middle of the bridge. Exercise positions are just levers. The system is always the same. 5. If you're unsure of your ability, then start all the planks in the easiest stance. If you complete them, you feel good about yourself, and then you can move to doing them all at the next level. 6. You can break the testing up over 3 days, or you can do them all on the same day if you want. 7. As these are maximum efforts with as close to perfect form as possible, give yourself at least 5 minutes break between each variation. 8. Observe and try and understand your body's strategy for handling each position. You're not just doing a position and holding on for grim death. Do your hips stay level and neutral? Do you fatigue in one shoulder? Do you crunch down on one side? Get someone to look at you and tell you if you're even, or film it with a phone. Knowing will help you understand how to improve and solve your back pain. If you can't hold the position at all, that's a neural coordination issue. If you can hold it but not for long, that's a muscular strength issue. If you can hold it but you cramp, that means the muscle might be strong but it's doing 2 jobs and therefore overworking, or weak and underactivated. 9. And bear in mind, squeezing out a few more seconds with poor form won't help. So here's the imbalance sheet. Day 1, plank 1 and 2. 4-point front and back plank. This looks at the endurance of the core. If you can do 3 minutes each, then that's not the problem. This is all about balance front to back. You need the front and back to be equal plus or minus 5%. Plank 3 and 4. Side plank. This tests your ability to resist lateral flexion. Be consistent in form left to right, but also side to front to back. If you do a side plank on your knees and a front plank on your feet, you're creating an imbalance. You want the side plank to be at least 50% minimum of the time for your front and back plank. Day 2. The 3-point plank, front and back. This really illuminates imbalances in your stabilizers. If you can do 60 seconds in every position, then that's not the problem. The 3-point plank tests your ability to resist rotation in the upper and the lower body. There are 4 3-point front planks, 5 to 8. Each one taking a different paw off the floor. Then 4 3-point back planks, again removing a different paw. You want every time to be equal, plus or minus 5%. You also want to be able to do 33% time-wise of what you did on day 1 for your own personal balance. If not, your stabilizing strategy is weaker than your moving strategy. Day 3, the 2-point plank looks at strength capacity and further reveals imbalance. If you can do 45 seconds here, that's not the problem. You'll do 2 front planks, 13 and 14, and 2 back planks, 15 and 16. You want all numbers to be equal, plus or minus 5%, and be able to do 25% of what you did on day 1 time-wise for your own personal balance. The end goal here is 3 minutes for your front and back plank, at least 90 seconds for your side plank, 60 seconds for your 3-point planks, and 45 seconds for your 2-point planks. But whatever the final figures that you reach are, you want front and back and left and right to be equal, no matter what.
No matter what?
No matter what.
Caveat.
If one side of a position is massively out of balance to the other, then stay at that level and get it back in balance. Focus your training efforts on doing all the ones that are out of balance for a week. Don't do the strong side. Then retest all of them. Once it's equal again, train both sides, increasing the difficulty by changing the position all the time. Don't do both. Only improve one variable at a time. If you do 60 seconds on one side and only 38 seconds on the other, then wait and do the other 22 seconds on the weaker side. Doing it in bits is 1,000,000 times better than not doing it at all. And remember, we believe strength is better than weakness, but there's a hierarchy. Balanced strength is the best. Imbalanced weakness is the worst. But balanced weakness is better than imbalanced strength. I really hope this helps. Told you I got your back. Have a wonderful Christmas, and as the carol goes, it's Yuletide, so please subscribe. Ho, 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 ho.